Welcome to instruction on the light bar, sewing parameters, timer, counter, and measure functions on the Tin Lizzie ESP long arm quilting machine. Presented by Tin Lizzie, your affordable long arm quilters. Elegant, sophisticated, precise. Your Tin Lizzie ESP quilting machine will have you experiencing long arm quilting on a whole new level. It allows quilters total freedom with options galore. All you have to do is think it, touch it, quilt it. There are more icons on the display screen that give us options in using our Tin Lizzie ESP machine. Let's take a look at the light bar, sewing parameters, timer, the counter, and how to get a digital measurement in this video. Let's begin with the light bulb icon, which is used to turn on and off the light bar above the machine. When the light bulb icon is tapped, the light bar will turn on and a green square will appear behind the light bulb. When quilting, I love that the area I am viewing has a nice wide light source. However, at night I really appreciate the light bar. I can quilt late into the night without my eyes tiring like they used to. It is such a joy to be able to quilt when I want and know that the light will be flooding the area while I am quilting. The sewing parameter is a function used to make changes as to how the machine reacts when the Start/Stop button or icon is pressed to stop the machine stitching. Let's look at each of the options within the sewing parameters icon. The sewing parameters may be adjusted for the stop mode and tie-offs. The stop mode has 3 buttons which may be set to adjust the effect of stopping the machine when quilting. The NDLPOS stands for needle position. Tap this button and the machine will position the needle up or down depending on which icon you have selected on the home window. Below the needle position is the Quick button. If this button is selected when the machine is stopped, the needle will just stop and the needle will stay where it was located when you stop the stitching. Perhaps a frequently used icon you will like is the tie-off button. If you select this button, when you stop sewing, it will do your tie-off stitches and then the needle will be positioned up or down depending on the icon selected on the home screen. The tie-off stitch range may be adjusted from 1 to 10 by tapping the plus and minus icons on the right side of the display screen. Set the stitch range for the number of tie-off stitches you like for your work. With the tie-off activated in the sewing parameters when the machine is stopped with the Start/Stop button, the tie-off will automatically stitch. On the lower left-hand corner of the home screen is a timer. This can be very handy to track the time spent stitching. The timer may be set for either the beginning of a quilting project or it can be set and used to track the time spent at the machine. If you don't track such information, the timer can be ignored and it will continue to accumulate runtime of the machine. The timer may be reset by using the counters icon. The counters icon will bring up different counters on the machine. Within the counters, you will see runtime and stitch counter. The runtime counter shows the amount of time the machine has been running. This counter may be reset at any time by tapping the reset icon. This will zero out the timer back to the beginning. Go back to the home screen and you will see the timer is zeroed out. The stitch counter shows how many stitches are in your current project or since the last reset. By tapping the reset icon under the stitch counter, the number will zero out and begin counting the number of stitches once again when you start the machine stitching. Reset the counters as you like to keep track of how much time and how many stitches is in each project that you work on. The measure icon gives access to a very useful function. In using this function, you can easily get the digital readout of the size of a quilt area or even an individual block that you wish to quilt. A measurement may be done horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. Once the Set Start button is pressed and the machine begins to move, the measurement window will automatically begin giving a readout in the direction the machine is being moved. Stop the machine movement press the stop button on the display screen, and the calculation will stop at that point, giving a digital readout. To use the measure function, move the machine so the needle is over the upper left-hand corner of the area to be measured. Tap the measure icon and then press the Set Start button at the bottom of the window. Move the machine horizontally across the top of the quilt. Stop, and then press the Stop button at the bottom of the window to stop the calculation of the measurement at any point. The digital readout will appear in the first line, the x-axis. A measurement may also be taken vertically from rail to rail. From the upper left-hand corner, press the Set Start button, move the machine forward. Stop the machine, press the Stop button at the bottom of the display screen, and the readout will display the measurement. In this case, the readout states 19.96 inches along the y-axis. A diagonal measurement may also be taken. Move the machine to the upper left-hand corner of the quilting area, press the Set Start button, and move the machine to the lower right area of the quilt. Stop the machine movement, and then press the Stop button on the display screen. Here is the digital readout, and it's a measurement of 31.81 inches on the diagonal. To measure the X or horizontal axis of a quilt block, move the machine to the upper left-hand corner, tap the Set Start button, and move the machine across the top of the block to the other edge of the block. Stop the machine and press the Stop button to stop the measurement calculation and obtain the digital readout. To measure the y-axis of a block, tap the Set Start button and move the machine to the other edge of the block. Press the Stop button to stop the measurement calculation and obtain the digital readout. To find the diagonal measurement of a block, move the machine to the upper left-hand corner and press the Set Start button. Move the machine diagonally to the lower right-hand corner and stop. Press the Stop button on the screen and obtain the digital readout of the measurement. This is so easy to do, gives accuracy, and there is no need to measure with a measuring tape. With our Tin Lizzie ESP machine, measurements are right at our fingertips. To leave the measurement display screen, simply tap the Home icon. Use the functions discussed in this video to stream beautiful light, set your preferred sewing parameters, measure a block to be quilted or the whole quilting area, and track the time and stitches on your projects. Tin Lizzie gives you the options. You set the preferences you like for your quilting sessions. Please check back often for new videos added to the Tin Lizzie 18 website in the video library under the Service and Support tab. Thank you for viewing this video by Tin Lizzie, your affordable long arm quilters.